Hey, Mr. Ordner.
Hey there, Mr. White.
We did a good video last time. I think I understand what's going on here. Now let's look at some numbers.
Yeah, let's process this data.
Okay, so we've got a lot of data here. This
Yeah.
is all from 2008 to 2012. pH, temperature, DO stands for what?
Dissolved oxygen. That's the only column we're really going to pay attention to.
Okay.
You can ignore the rest for now.
But we want it over time.
Yeah, right. We collect these every 4 hours. So you can see the experiment starts at 1400 hours, and then they collect it next 1800 hours and so forth.
Okay, so productivity, we already talked about in the last video, is DO, dissolved oxygen. Okay, so we've got time, which we're going to call time 0.
Yep.
This is going to be time, what, 4?
Yep, that's 4 hours since the beginning of this experiment.
Read them off to me.
8, 12,
12,
16.
16.
And the next one's only 2 hours later, so 18.
18. Okay.
And the next one's 3 hours later, so that's 21.
2, 1 right there.
And then another 4 hours, 25.
2, 5.
And then this one's only 3.5 hours, but let's round it up to 4 to keep our numbers at
2, 9.
Yeah.
Okay, is that all? Oh, we
Yep.
got one more. Oh, all right, here we go. So how do we said it in the last sort of introduction video, how do we get productivity?
There's a formula, right? It's the sum of two absolute values. So let's start with the formula equals.
So you have to start with equals. So
ABS is the command for absolute value.
ABS.
And then don't just type in 12.6. Actually click on that cell.
Click
Yeah,
right
if you
there.
click on it, it fills in there for you F2, and I'll explain why that's going to be useful in a minute.
Okay.
So minus, and then click on the next cell.
So I'm going light minus light control. Remember
Correct.
that one. So that's 12.6 minus 12.6. We already know that's going to be 0.
Yeah. Plus
Plus,
the
remember,
absolute value.
okay, plus we're going to go ABS. What was this one again stand for?
D stands for dark, so that's the one with the plant in it, the dark where it's just respiring, minus the dark control, the amount of oxygen just in the water.
And they're all 12.6. We already know this number is going to be 0.
Yeah.
All right, there it is.
Now, the nice thing about that is you don't have to keep typing that in over and over again. You can just Command C on that cell.
Okay, so I don't have to go ABS.
No, you don't have to do any of that.
All right. So
Just
I'm going to go copy.
Copy
Command
that
C.
cell, go down and paste. And you can see Google Docs is smart enough to update automatically all those relative cell references.
Okay. So keep going, right?
Yep. Just paste. Paste.
Okay. Okay, so that's it. That's our data.
Yeah, let's select that data.
Copy. New page. Paste.
But
All right, what happened, Mr. Ordner?
the trouble is we pasted those relative cell references and they're not pointing at anything now, so they're just all zero. So you want to right click, and so undo that, clear that, right click and go to paste.
Control click.
Yeah, paste special. You want the values now.
Okay.
Okay, this is a little bit annoying still though, because it's got all those blank cells, but rather than, or all those blank rows, and rather than deleting them individually, just select it like that and go up to data.
Notice I didn't highlight time and productivity.
Yeah, you want to leave your header row alone. So sort that, not the whole sheet, just the range by column A, the time, from A to Z, so from small to big.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Good. So now what?
Let's
look
make
at this data.
Yeah, let's make a chart.
Do I need to highlight it?
Yeah, so if you highlight it, you can go up to Insert.
Insert.
Chart.
Chart.
And if you click
Lots of charts here, Mr. Ordner.
Yeah, there are all sorts of charts. Let's start with the scatter plot. That's kind of the most basic one we've done. So if you click on that scatter plot there,
Okay.
that's reasonably useful. You can kind of see the pattern there, but it's going to be a mess when we start thinking about it. This is just 2012.
That's 2012. You start throwing a lot of dots on there, you're not going to see a thing.
Yeah, even if we make them different colors, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there's a really awesome kind of chart. Yeah, it's under trend, motion chart.
Okay.
So if you click on that, though, it's telling you right now that the data is not in the format that we need.
This is quite advanced. We can go many variables plotted on a 2D on X and Y plane. So yeah, we need to do something a little bit fabricated, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go. Let's take that out, put it over there, and we're going to copy this one, right? And then paste it here. This is just a little bit of a trick, I guess. Right?
Yeah. So those last two columns, those columns B and C now are what are going to be plotted on the X and the Y axes, the horizontal and the vertical axes. Time is just that, it's time. Now, unfortunately, the motion charts only will understand time in years. They won't actually understand it in hours. So we're going to have to just understand what that is.
What that means.
But we need actually one more thing after this. If you go to trend,
trend, yeah.
And you select that motion chart, it's going to tell you we're still not formatted exactly the way we need to be because we don't have that first column, that identifier. So insert a column to the left.
Okay, I'll just...
Oh yeah, copy and paste.
Okay.
And you can call that year.
Okay, this is year.
And this is the data from 2012. You're going to have to put that in quotes though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if you don't, that's a number.
Whoops, 2012.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't put it in quotes, it thinks it's a number and it won't interpret it correctly. But if you put the quotes on it, it thinks it's text.
So now I'm highlighting both of them.
Uh-huh.
Grab that little tiny box, drag it down, and it's smart, so it knows to type that in every time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
let's
now
try our motion chart now.
Highlight this, insert, chart, and charts one more time. Now it's got a different color now. That means I can use it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, here we go. So let's go ahead and insert, right?
Okay.
So now it's popping up here. So like Ms. Stortner said, the value of this chart is we can see a lot of data, a lot of different variables, even though we only really have two, but we can all see it really, really well on one chart. So check this out. Just advance this, and we can see it's going, and it's actually filling in the gaps for us. So the data that we didn't get at 2 hours and 3 hours, it's filling it in for us based on what it thought it was going to be, right?
Yeah, it's assuming it's linear in between.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. So
and
now
at the bottom there, it says 1900. You got to ignore that 19. That's 00. That's right now 1901 is 1 hour from the start of the experiment.
Yeah. So you can see here the 0 to 25. That's sort of what we're looking at. Okay. Anything else?
Well, yeah. If you click on the dot there, and because you've got trails checked on the right, now if you play it,
we can actually see some real trends here.
Yeah.
Now that's cool. Lots of data that we didn't have. Now it looks like the software is filling it in for us linearly, but still quite valuable. Okay, and then I guess it's up to you how you want to import the rest of the years, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to do all sorts of different options you have. But there you go. Have a great time, and you should have something similar to what we have, but including all the years, right?
Yep.